Hi there, and welcome to another video tutorial from the leanEdit team. Today we're going to talk about how to analyze your project using the analysis page or the analysis screen of the software. Here it is right here. We are currently, of course, on the editing screen, and this was the subject of our previous tutorial. And during that video tutorial, what we went through was how to cut the individual clips. And here they are here. And if you remember, we created a category for each one, a time for each one, and the description, and typed the description in. And I suggested at that time that the best thing to do would be to do 10 or so clips at once, and then go and analyze them, make improvements, and then come back and cut another 10 or so. You'll also notice here that there's 2 pages. That's because there are 12 clips per page. So as you go over 12, then it'll start creating a second page. So when we go from the editing to the analysis, we have to hit the Done button. This menu, you can use this menu to navigate through the software if you want to go backwards. In other words, if I'm on the summary page and I want to go to the analysis, so I'm on the analysis and I'm going to go to the home page or the editing, this will function. But the software is designed to take you through the process one step at a time. So in order to go to the next step, you have to say that you are done with the editing page for now. So by clicking done, it takes us to the analysis page. And you will notice that on this page now all the clips exist. Here they are again. And by clicking each one of these clips, I can play them back like I did on the editing page. Now, some additional things I would like to point out here. First of all, you'll notice that the current time and the future time are the same here. 1 and 1, 10 and 10, 2 and 2. That's because we haven't made any improvements yet. So as we make improvements, what we're going to do is affect this future time. And as we affect the future time, then our improvements will show up on the graphs here at the bottom. Now, right now, of course, we haven't made any improvements. So our current time is 91 and our future time is 91, and the graphs are identical. So you have 3 buttons here that you can use during this analysis page. You have the X, and if I mouse over that, you'll see that that's an eliminate button. That's one where you can eliminate the clip. Over here, you've got F. That's the future time. And if you want to change the future time, you click that button. And right in the middle here, we have what's called the favorite clip. So if I want to make this a favorite clip, I can click on it, and it will move to the My Favorite section on the main dashboard screen. So if I do that, it says, do you want to mark it as a favorite? And I'm going to say OK. And if I now go to the home page, what I'm going to see is in the favorite section, I'm going to see that clip, and it's clip number 1. So here it is, cheese pizza. The description is walk to the cold box, products cheese. It's clip number 1, and I can play it back from here now if I so desire. And there's a few other things that you can do in the My Favorites. You can merge your favorite clips into one small little video, and that'll be a subject of another tutorial. So for now, let's go back to our analysis screen. So in order to do that, we click on the project, we go to the Done button, hit that, and we move on to the analysis screen. So the 3 buttons that I talked about, one was the favorite, we just used that. And if you want unfavorite, you just click it again. Here's the eliminate, as I said, and here's the change the future time. So this clip was, let's take a look. This clip was walk into the cold box. Now I could play the clip back, but I'm not going to do it because the sound is going to jump. But you guys have seen that in the last video. So every time I click on one of these clips, it'll play the clip. So if you want to see the clip, you can. This is pretty fresh in my mind, and I remember very much that this was him walking to the cold box. So I think I can actually eliminate or reduce this. We can reduce this walk time maybe by moving the work center closer to the cold box. I don't think we can eliminate it. So let's click the F button, and it says, okay, so here's your current time 15. What do you think you can reduce that to? So I'm going to say 5. Now notice the action item is already populated here. That's because we did it in the editing screen, and it gave us the provisional flag, if you recall. So we clicked the provisional analysis button, and it allowed us to put the action item in on the editing screen, and that carries over to this screen. So now I don't need to enter my action item, it's already there. You'll also notice that I can put my initials if I desire, and also a date for that action to be completed. Now, The way this works is the action item is required. The initials and future date are not. So each time you take an action here, you have to document the action, and you can put the initials and date, but it's not mandatory to do so. So now I'm going to hit the save button. And what's happened now is you'll notice the future time has turned red and is now 5 seconds. Now let's go down to our graphs, and now we've gone 91 down to 81. Why is that? Because we've taken out 10 seconds. We went from 15 to 5. Let's take a look at another clip. We're picking the dough from the shelf. I think he's going to still have to do that. And now he's walking to the work center. Well, obviously, if I reduce this one to 5, then I want to reduce this one to 5 also. So I click it again. This time the action item is not there. I'm going to put 5 in. And the action item is going to be move. And there it is, move work center closer to call box, and I'm going to save that. And now you'll notice that that time has dropped 5 seconds from the 10 to the 5. Let's take a look at one of these other clips down here. I think one of these clips later on here, he's taking an order on the phone. Well, and he's actually walking to the phone, taking the order on the phone and walking back. So I'm going to eliminate these because he's actually making the pizza. He shouldn't be taking the order. So let's eliminate it so I can show you how that feature works. So I click on eliminate, and it says, do you really want to eliminate this clip? And I'm going to go, yes, I do. And of course, it's going to say, well, what do you want to do? And I'm going to say, change responsibility for taking orders. So he shouldn't be doing that. So I'm going to put that in there. Then I'm going to hit the save button. Now, what you'll notice now we have a red X. You can still play the clip back, by the way. Don't worry about that. But now that time is gone. Same is going to happen here. And I'm going to say OK. And I'm going to say, type in C, and it's going to say change responsibility again. That's what I want. So I don't have to type it in again. And likewise over here with this one. I'm going to say eliminate this clip. Yes, I do. I'm going to type the C in again. And that's going to tell me, hey, I can just click on it without having to type it. So those are the three buttons that you can use here. Now let's see what's happened on the bottom here now as I've been doing this. I eliminated some clips, I reduced some clips. So I went from 91 down to 59. And right here in the top left-hand corner, you'll see the improvement percentage that I have made. I've made a 36% improvement in this process simply by eliminating 3 steps and reducing 2 others. So what you would do is you would go through all the clips on the analysis page that you've cut previously and make a decision on whether you want to keep it as is, whether you want to eliminate it, or whether you want to reduce it. And like I said previously on the previous tutorial, what I tend to do is I tend to do 10, 12 or so clips on the editing screen. Then I'll come to this screen, make the improvements, then I'll go back to the editing screen, cut some more clips, just to switch it up a little bit. So that's the analysis page and section. That's what you do when you want to try and make improvements to your current state and create the future state. And that's it for today's video. Next time we're going to talk about the summary page and the kind of information that gives you and what you can do on that page as part of the software. So I hope this was useful, and see you next time. Thanks.